Hello everybody, welcome to Revline 89, and today we are doing a review of the 1998 Ford Explorer. And is it worth buying? Is it worth investing money into? We're going to go over all that stuff in this video, so stay tuned, guys. So guys, the pros and cons of the 1998 Ford Explorer. So we are using one that has 136,000 miles. We've owned this for a couple years now, and it's been very reliable. It has never let me sit. This one in particular is not a show queen. It's not a garage queen. It's an everyday run-of-the-mill, you know, dirtied Ford Explorer, and that's what a lot of people are buying them for. They're buying them because the Ford Explorer is very cheap, it's fairly reliable, and it's a good SUV. Does decent in the snow if you have good tires, and you can even customize them out if you really want to. The seats are very comfortable. Turn radius is decent. Fuel mileage is really bad. We're talking 13 to 16 city, and maybe 17 to 19 highway if you're lucky. I have not got 19 miles to a gallon on the highway, so maybe if you drive 65 and you baby it, you'll get that. So fuel mileage is not the greatest. Look and style of the 98s are very nice. I like this body style. You can get decent miles on them. Once your miles get up, you start feeling a little slippage in the 4x4 system and the tranny and the rear end. But when we put it in 4x4 high, it has no slippage in four-wheel drive. But when it's under auto, which is one of the only other settings you can have auto, 4x4 high, or 4x4 low. And under auto, it automatically kicks in when your tires spin, so that's a nice feature. If it's really rainy and you pull out and notice that somebody's coming and you need to go, it'll automatically kick in and get more traction. But with 136,000 miles, we do notice that it does want to grind or skip a little bit in the auto mode, but it's fine in the 4x4 mode. Sunroofs, very common that they leak. So this one does leak, in fact. Let's see. I mean, overall, you know, we haven't done any modifications to this except the CD player. I mean, overall, everything works as it should, minus the sunroof. You know, the sunroof works, it just leaks. The rear window wiper, that also leaks as well. Well, I mean, that doesn't leak, but that doesn't work. For some reason it just stopped working. They do have a tendency to rust if they're not garaged, and if you don't get it, you know, if you get one that has just a little rust, they'll rust pretty quickly from there on out if it's not garaged. So they are prone to rusting, and they are prone to frame rusting pretty quickly as well. Cruise control, I don't know if this is common on others, but for mine, when I got it, the button was broken here, and the owner had said that the cruise control didn't work before that, and it was broken, and they tried to fix it and they couldn't. So cruise control at 136,000 miles did not work. got some good get up and go for being a 4-door SUV. It is a small 4-door SUV, so you can fit in decent spots. Motors on the 4.0s are very good. Unless you want to modify them, then you're kind of limited on that. You'll notice that some of the dash lights, the LED, or not LEDs, but the bulbs or whatever, will burn out probably around 115 to 150,000 miles. So that's just a common thing on these Explorers. The AC goes out pretty quickly on these Explorers as well. You know, as far as that goes, it's a great SUV, and I really like it. And I've had a Trailblazer, which is similar to Chevy's version of doing the Explorer. And you know, before the Trailblazer, there was the Chevy Blazer, which these are what they're competing against. So we're getting on the highway here, and it has a little bit of get up and go. A little slow, a little sluggish, but it gets there. It does the job. So comparing this versus a Chevy Trailblazer is a little hard. You know, the first Trailblazer was 2002, and the Chevy Trailblazer is fairly cheap vehicle as well if you get the straight 6 model with higher miles. You can get one of these Ford Explorers. You're looking to pay anywhere from, I'm gonna say $1,500 for one that's really rusted and really high miles. The average price, I'm gonna say, is probably $3,500 to $5,500 that you're gonna pay for one of these. That's in good shape, low miles, and I mean low miles as in like 100,000 to 120,000 miles. So that's about the price range you'll get. For a Trailblazer, you're looking at about $2,500 to $5,500, and that's for a Trailblazer that has anywhere from 120 to 190,000 miles. So you can get a little more bang for your buck with this Ford, getting an older Ford Explorer. The key is going to be trying to get one that an old lady or an old man drove, one that was taken care of, because a lot of people buy these just to beat around. I mean, that's what I got this one for. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this one, is to not care how it looks, just every day, daily, throw stones in the back, you know, whatever. The back seats, this one has leather seats. It's got decent leg room in the front for both driver and passenger. It's got really good leg room for you know, people in the back. It's got decent trunk space. You can haul a fair amount, but you do start flexing a little bit when you put a decent amount of weight in. I think I've had, I'm not 100% sure on the weight that I've had in here, but we've flexed the back end down pretty good. I was shocked nothing broke. Overall, we haven't really, inspections, we haven't really invested that too much crazy amount of money, nothing over $500. So, you know, you're looking at decent inspections. The rust is going to be the biggest issue, you know, if it has frame rust. So check the frames, check different rust spots. But overall, I really love this. So I can give the Ford Explorer an 8 out of 10 because it's just overall a great vehicle, cheap vehicle, and it does the job. So I can also add, there's definitely some vibrations going on in here, but I can also add that you can easily do 80 miles an hour, no problem, and you can even do 100, no problem. Speedometer goes to 120. We'll do a pull out here just to show you, you know, even with the 136,000 miles, they still have really good get up and go and everything. They're a great vehicle. Yeah, I just overall, I mean, they're not a rocket, but they're an overall great vehicle. You know, you have enough get up and go if you're pulling out, so you're not gonna shoot to the moon in a couple seconds, but you are gonna have enough power to get up and go, and you can probably burn the tires a little bit if you actually put it to the floor and go. So yes, overall it's a great vehicle. It's a good cheap vehicle. If you need something cheap, if you need something that's semi-reliable, you know, I say semi because some people have had problems, but for me, I haven't had any problems whatsoever letting me sit. So yeah, great vehicle.